If you're a coach, a B2C business owner, info guy, if you're any of these people and you are getting the calls booked, you are doing the marketing, but your entire backend looks like a graveyard, this video is going to hit differently. And I'm just going to explain why your backend will always make you more money than your front end. And this sounds crazy. You're like, wait, marketing is everything, leads is everything. It is, but not to the level that backend is. And I'm going to explain. First of all, I want to draw this line. Let me move myself over here. I want to draw this line between what is a perfect business. Like, let's first make it down. What is a good business, right? Here is you. You are the biggest bottleneck of your entire business. You need to understand this. Now, the reason why I say this, I don't want to like sound mean or anything, but basically, you're not scalable. You're a human. Humans are not scalable in most of the degrees. What is scalable is system. What is scalable? An entire infrastructure. That those things are scalable. Now, the reason that's why I say it. Now we have you, we have three A players, and we have systems. That's how you should run your team. Like this alone will get you to like at least 50K a month. Like that is like the least. Even more, 100K. Might have to hire a little bit more, but like those, of course, if you can find super good talent, then that doesn't matter either. But here we have the entire thing. You have the front end, which has the decision making, which you do. You have the content, you have the sales. Let me just scroll past. Then you have the client relationships, which is extremely important. This is going to make you a lot of money. I'm going to touch this later on as well. Now, once you have this, now you have the backend, which is service delivery, a retainer, a upsell, rev share. Now you might be like, wait, how did all these things came about? Just wait for 2 seconds. Then you have the results, which is testimonials, referrals from your clients, which is case studies, authority. If you can get this sorted, if you can get like just the results, let's say you're a complete ass, nobody likes you, and it's completely like nobody wants to work with you. Even if you get the results right, what's going to happen is that your front end is already going to work. Now, I'm not even touching the factor how you should do your backend, but like just getting the results is so much easier to scale. My last video got 38 views and I booked one call from it because I showed results. Because they just know I show them, hey boys, check my Instagram story. Bunch of results, bunch of testimonials. That is extremely important. Most of you guys are not scaling this way. Let me show you. Boom, boom, boom. I think I even put more. Look at this. All these results. Like boom, cash collected. This is in 2 days. This is in 1 day. We had to turn the entire system off because we were just getting so many calls booked. 50 calls in 3 days. Like 50 calls, and all these cancels people going into a free community. And this is what we're working with. We have systems. I don't need to sit there, and that's why I can make these YouTube videos. You on the front end needs to make the content. That's why you will never be a bottleneck. Then your bottleneck is your systems. Your bottleneck is your backend. If you can fix that and you can focus on creating the content, creating the brand, creating the value, you're already done. Like you don't need to sit there and be like, oh, let me do this. Oh, let me also do that. Oh, let me check on that client. Let me do that. It needs to be all in a customized, and it needs to have a like you need to sit there and really, really focus on your back. And I'm gonna explain to you how do you even do that. Now, for your backend, what you do is focus on service delivery. Now, this is gonna blow people's mind because nobody does this for some reason. Yeah, we're using the right thing. Let me use this. Fine, whatever it is. But let's say, okay, now here this is super important. You and your business will grow by the amount of results you can get. As soon as the results drop, you'll get a ceiling. What happens is that you in your business, let me make this beautiful diagram. You have two levers. And what happens is that as soon as you fulfill someone, you make the fulfillment, the leads and sales drop. And as soon as you get the leads and sales up, the fulfillment drops. It's a swing. It's constantly a swing. You need to fix that. Now, how do you fix that? Now, what I do and what you should do is, let me show you this. You need same fulfillment and same systems. What do I mean by that? You do 80% of the work, which is insane. Who's going to do the marketing now? Back to the swing. Boom, boom, boom. Look at this. Leads are just dropping in. Next month it's just gonna get stuck. You're stuck at that 15K for 12 years now. You're just going from 15K to maybe 20K and then again 15K. There's no sustainability. How will there be any sustainability if we're not sitting there focusing on the acquisition rather than the back end? Now, what we do and how you should do it is have the same fulfillment and same systems. Create something. Now, let me show you what you can create. Let's say you have a list, right? Let's say this is your list. This is your list. What you need to do right now, listen to this super carefully, is you need to sit there, have this list, and then do it for one person, get the results, and then here's the crazy part, do it for the other person. Literally exactly the same thing. Like, what you do is that this person has something completely different, and then has this person this person has completely something different else. Like, every single if you're going to onboard a client and every single time you're creating different sort of systems and you don't have like a replicable entire structure, you're gone. You're going to be a commodity. Oh, I run my agency and I have 5 clients. I charge them 2K and we scaling. Yeah, it's all good. Okay, let's say you get that 10 clients. Those 10 clients have 10 different needs at minimum. What you need to do is have these 10 clients, make a good product. Most of you are not focusing on your product most of the time. Have a good product, charge them 12K. Because why? Now let me go back to the board. Let me go back to that. We're lost. Okay, we're not. Okay. Here we have the testimonials. We get this. They feel secure, they feel happy now. Okay, I work with this guy, all these amazing things are happening, I'm getting these results. They want to send people your way, they want to do them themselves, they want to do that. You get case studies out of that. You scale someone, you can put that on your YouTube channel, you can put that in your TED stories, you can put that everywhere. And what does this do? It gives you authority all of the time. You need to understand this like this is something you need to just sit back on your mind. You need to create something, some product. Now again, let me be nice. You need to create a product. This is you, this is your client, and you need to do the same process over and over and over again, and this needs to be replicable. Now, what we do, we implement AI systems. We implement booking calls automatically, qualifying them automatically. This is what we do. And it is replicable. I don't need to sit there and be like, hey, is that getting done? Is that happening? Why? Because I have my developer that makes the system. I sit there and prompt it for, like, let's say a day maximum. Then on this other hand, I have my setter who's books all the calls for me. It's pretty simple. Now, what happens, the reason why I'm so frustrated, because I wasted months on getting all these things right. I'm not getting frustrated for no reason. If I would have hit this right, I would have already scaled to 100K. Like, that's not, but now I'm stuck. I'm being honest. I'm about to hit 50, but I'm stuck here. And I was like, why am I getting so stuck over and over again? Because my backend didn't have any, like, I was doing the entire backend. I'm like, why am I even doing that? Like, this is not my job. My job is to sit there, make decisions, focus on client relationships, making the content, like this valuable piece of content that I'm giving you, say add skill. Now, what you need to do is this is how the entire structure is going to work. You you be on the front end. You bring the clients, you bring the leads. They go into the back end. They have the same fulfillment structure. They have the same sort of step by step they go through. You know it's tests. You know it's proven. Of course, there needs to be personalization to everybody's offer, but you sit there, you do this. Then what you do is setting the expectations right. You need to do a done with you offer. Don't do it. Never ever do a done for you offer, because you're going to lose the entire ballpark of the, like, in the entire relationship. Because you, again, let me go back to that drawing that I made. Let me find it. You have 50 different needs for these people. Come on. And if you cannot replicate the system, if you cannot replicate it, you're going to be sitting there, okay, you fulfill one thing, then you fulfill the other thing, then you fulfill the fourth thing. but the client is unhappy. He's going to sit there and be like, oh, you haven't done this, you haven't done that. Because why? Because you said, oh, I can do this for you, I can do that for you, I can do that for you, and it's all for 2K. Please, please, please work with me, please. That you're losing the entire leverage of the position, because you can never be in an abundance of clients and money coming in if you just sit there and do all the work yourself first. Let's say you have someone doing it, you need to set the expectation. That's the biggest key. If you're gonna be like, hey, you don't need to do anything, I'm gonna run the business for you, and you have 5 clients, now you're running 5 businesses and yours. How are you gonna scale? It needs to replicate. Your backend needs to replicate. Like, that's something you need to understand. It needs to replicate across all phases. Now, of course, personalization exists. It is important, but that's what you need to do. And then you have the cash flow. Cash flow is extremely easy because, how I put this, because now you have the other. Also, one more thing that I wanted to talk about before I go into the cash flow is other departments. Now, listen, this is super, super. You need to just like hear this. As soon as you solve one big problem, you can put the client in different sort of departments. Either it's content, it's distribution, it's automating. These are the grand, like the main, like the gist of it, which you can understand. But as soon as you solve one problem, you can put them on. Okay, this is what I do even with the clients. Hey, JC, like, we're crushing, we're booking like 50 calls in 3 days. What do you think is the biggest bottleneck? He said content. We started going with the content. He said his sales calls. We started focusing on the closing. As soon as you do that, and this is, of course, this is all extra revenue coming in. As soon as these are upsells happening simultaneously as you're putting them into different departments. Here you have the rev share. Now I do rev share because my clients just love me. That's just what it is, because we just bring insane results and they see the potential that where I can take them. So we do rev share most of the time. Then there's upsells of different systems, different sort of things, and also there are retainers. I really would recommend retainers if you have an agency model, which is fixing like their entire, like, let's say, lead flow system, hiring sellers doing that. I personally don't do that because rev share and upsell works really great for me. Most of my clients go for a rev share because we're just scaling at such numbers, but of course you won't have the same results as I do. So retainer is one of the best things you can do. Now, this is what we do. Like, if you have an audience of 30K to 100K followers for a coaching info offer in a specific niche, we can automate the entire sales process and shoot up the booking rate by 500x. Like, that's like, see how easy it was for me. Now, this is me giving, like, and also I have the results. Boom, boom, boom. We track this is super important. You need to track everything that's coming in. Otherwise, you don't know what results you got. You don't know what the clients have. You need to track every single thing. Okay, how many calls booked, how many live calls, how many no shows, closing rate, and show up rate. I have more sheets as well. You can DM me on IG if you want them. But yeah, this is the thing. And also, you can just like look at these results, just cash getting collected. But as soon as these both guys, that both of my clients that I have, as soon as these two problems get solved, new department, new things, new rev share, all these things, the more they scale, the more money I make. Now I have, that's the thing, right? Go back to that point. You are handling 5 businesses, but you're getting paid 2 grand for it. I can handle 5 businesses because I have systems that I can put in. I'm still not the main I mean, I am the circus runner, but I'm not in the circus, and I'm just controlling everything from the top. And I have 5 businesses that are paying me. This is how, I think his name is Ben. Ben also does that. He's a massive copywriter. He just takes rev share of every single info coaching guy. That's also a great model you guys can follow. But if you're sitting there and you think, let me get more clients, let me get more this, let me get more, where's my beautiful diagram? Let me get more backend. You need to understand this. As soon as you're gonna scale this is gonna have a pushback force. As soon as fulfillment goes up, leads are gonna go down if you don't have a system. Now, if you can automate this entire process, good. Focus on this. Then this entire thing will just become into a massive up, then up and down. It wouldn't be a fight anymore, and that's what we need to do. And the purpose of the entire video is to make you understand that you need systems. You cannot scale yourself because you're human. You have certain hours. You can only work like 8 hours a day. A system can run for 24/7. We have AI. We have all these great tools you can use to scale your business, and you need to understand this, because I can guarantee that my back end, let's say in the next 5 months, will make me more money from my front end. It's easy to sell. First of all, they have the trust for the, and I know these guys. I don't need to sit there and like rediscover the entire person. I know these guys. I know how they work. I know what are their problems. I know what is their thinking patterns. I know what they are struggling at. Most of you don't know that. You need to fix that. You don't even know your client they're selling to. You don't sit there and hop on client calls. Why? You don't sit there and have client relationships. Why? Because you don't have the time. You're sitting there trying to give the service delivery yourself. Like, what's wrong with you? You need to understand this absolutely. If you are literally not able to comprehend the back end, do not go hard on the front end. It's like having a water bucket. Let me draw it. Perfect. That's leaky. All the water is gonna flow out. All the water is gonna flow out. So the purpose of my entire video of making this is making you guys realize that you need a backend system. You need systems that you can scale, that you can replicate for every single client, and you know that works. That's the entire purpose. Like, and this is the thing. Literally, this is my pitch that I tell to people. And why was this easy? Because I have this in the end. I have the results. I know I can automate it. I know, I go for specific niches. I go for basketball players, basketball coaches. I go for golf coaches. I go for these sort of guys because they lack the systems the most. And these guys, they're super good at what they do. They know their stuff, but they're just bad at the business side of things sometimes. And you can come in as an agency owner or as a consultant and consult their entire business. Like, most of you guys are sitting here collecting 2K cash. Let me draw this. Collecting 2K cash for 10 businesses that won't even pay you the next month. They'll just leave you. They'll be like, oh, this guy got me 0 results. Like, what are you doing? If I have 10 clients, I have enough rev share that I can just make 100K from that. Like, this is how you should this is how you should guys look at the entire business. This is how you should market and model it. But you guys need to understand that having a back end and making your back end first is more and more important than your front end. This is the point that I'm honing in again and again. If you don't have one, if you can't make one, I do this for people. This is like what my entire existence is on. You can book a call with me. It's in my description. It will be in the top comment. You guys can check that out. And I'll see you in the next one. Drop a comment, do that YouTube stuff. I hope you like the value. I'm gonna make more of these videos in which I'm focusing on these newer concepts because I had two guys who said, "Nah, bro, we need the leads." Also, there was one more company that was there that made 8 figures on the surface, but they had 70% refund rates. 70%. They went bankrupt. They had so many people to pay. They couldn't pay anyone. They had to lay off the entire thing. It was horrendous. But that's how important back end is. If you literally, now of course, keep the tap running, keep the front end. Don't just like lose leads, but build something that you can sustain enormous amount of leads, and you don't waste money on that. That's all I wanted to say. Hope you're gonna like the. Hope you enjoyed the value, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.